We welcome Palestinian peace activist Ali Abu Awwad. Thank you for joining us here on France 24.
Thank you for having me.
The U.S. president stated that the war in Gaza is over. Listening to what our correspondent there is reporting, your thoughts on that statement?
Yeah, the war is over and hopefully it will continue, but the conflict is not over. So I've been saying instead of just seizing the war, we need to seize the conflict. I think the Middle East now is among a great opportunity for a new management and a new peace environment that can be created after all of these efforts by the international community mostly. So if the international community was able to seize the fire in Gaza, then they are absolutely able to put some sort of pressure for a new management of the Middle East.
Can you make peace if hardliners on both sides ultimately don't want it?
Actually, this is where you need to make peace, because you make peace between enemies. Listen, this conflict is not our destiny. We have not been born to keep suffering like this way. It has to have an end. There is one fact. There are two identities in that piece of land that we both call home. And these identities has to be recognized. And on that fact, we need a new political structure that will recognize these two identities, but also to allow these two identities to thrive, not at the expense of each other. It has never happened before.
And where should Donald Trump be pressuring? What should he be doing?
I think the two-state solution is the only solution.
Is he serious about it?
You should ask him, but I know that the majority of both sides want peace yesterday. I'm aware of the trauma, I'm aware of the suffering, I'm aware of all of these facts of violence, hatred, stereotype, but this didn't start from the 7th of October. Since ages, we have been facing that. And having said that, this was a very painful lesson to both of us, Israelis and Palestinians, to wake up today and say never again. Never again for 7th of October, never again for occupation, never again for humiliation and destructions of human lives. Today, we have to take responsibility and to lead our destiny. We need a good leadership. We need a committed leadership. We need an international commitment based on all of these efforts by France, by the US, by the Arabs. The Arabs now more engaged in the solution more than any time else. So it's not about just rebuilding Gaza. I think we need rebuild peace. We need rebuild the Middle East in a new fashion where Jews will be acceptable, but also will partner with Palestinians without Palestinians fearing or having to pay the price of their dignity because of the Israeli security.
And we mentioned Gaza, but there's also the West Bank. In the last days, we saw the Israeli military move into Jenin. Right now, is the situation improving or worsening since this truce?
I think it's worsening because that was our biggest fear. Even after seizing the fire in Gaza, what's going to happen in the West Bank? Extreme settlers are having free access and free movement to do whatever they want. No one is seriously stopping them. Even the Israeli army is struggling in some places with these settlers. On the other hand, Palestinians are living behind gates. We have never experienced that. Just imagine that your life starts at 7:30 in the morning, then these gates will close and shut down at 5. After 5, you are not allowed to move to anywhere. This is not life. And what this will produce is more violence and more hate. I am a peace activist, and I have been doing this for more than 23 years. But today, we need a political umbrella to protect all of these efforts toward peace, because the majority of both sides doesn't want to experience what they are experiencing. So it has to be a political management for this reality, for this environment.
We talk about where the United States should be applying pressure. What about here in Europe? You're here in Paris to attend an event at the Arab World Institute, l'Institut du Monde Arabe. What message for Europeans? What can they make a difference? How? What should they be doing?
Well, I'm first thankful to all of those who are hosting me and bringing a different voice, not just for hope, for a realistic ideological belief of solution. Thanks to Organization Warriors for Peace. Thanks to Hannah Azolin as a great activist who did a great documentary called Resisting for Peace. So, and I'm attending this event in the Arab Institute because with one call, be pro-solution. We want the world to be pro-solution. This divide between Jews and Arabs everywhere is just fueling the conflict. We want people to stand and take serious steps towards solution because none of us is going to disappear. None of us is going to give their right for freedom, for security, for independence, for recognition. So what are you expecting? The other side will disappear by taking a statement of hate? It doesn't work. I am dreaming. When President Macron announced the recognition of Palestinian state, a march of Jews and Arabs together encouraging him to do more. I'm dreaming to see in the White House Jews and Arabs, Muslims, anyone pushing for the solution because I think the recognition of a Palestinian state is not a threat on the Israeli security, and the Israeli security will never be achieved normally without a Palestinian independent state.
So with both sides traumatized, where do you start?
We start with, as I told you, political umbrella that the international community has to grant you in a way, grassroots peace efforts, and there are tremendous, amazing organizations who are doing everything possible to do that, and a new leadership maybe in the region. We need, as I told you, Israel has many challenges in the political level. The Palestinian Authority is facing a great challenges by what is going on. So these are the three levels that we need to act and build that new structure with both national plans for solution.
It's nice to call for elections in the Palestinian territories. Is it realistic?
Well, listen, elections is a sample of democracy. But what are we voting for and who we are voting for? Electing a new Palestinian Authority just by that will not help. We need this to transform this authority to become a government that will rule a state. Then I can call it full democracy. The good news in that, it will bring new voices, new energy, it will promote a new fix of the act and will shape some sort of constitutional state. On the other hand, it will tell also the Israeli society that Palestinians are not sleeping, dreaming that Israel will disappear. Palestinians just want normal life, so that democratic structure to have it supported enough also by Israel, because Israel is authorizing the PA as well. No one will be able to create or to promote a serious, effective leadership that will take responsibility toward the Israeli security without a dignified leadership in Palestine as well.
Ali Abu Awwad, so many thanks for stopping in and seeing us here at France 24.
Thank you.